It's day 7 of my 15-day redstone challenge, and today, shriekers. Now, what is so special about the shrieker that I think that this thing needs a whole dedicated video to its redstone use cases? Well, here's what's so special about it. Right now, we are getting a signal to the shrieker, and that is because I am walking. However, whenever, let's say this chicken here, if it will move, please. The Shrieker didn't get a signal. That is because Shriekers almost act like filters. It will only pick up player-made noises from a sculk sensor, not the other mob noises. So we can use this filter to our advantage to kind of filter out any noises that we don't want in circuitry, allowing us to hide things better. So let's talk about use case here. Here I have a Shrieker and a sculk sensor, a calibrated sculk sensor specifically, set up in a little containment unit. I am now going to set this so that they will only activate on a certain calibrated sculk sensor signal. For this scenario, I have chosen 15, which corresponds to player death, mob death, or explosions. Now, because I have the Shrieker and the calibrated sculk sensor set up, the Shrieker will only activate if a player-caused signal strength of 15 is happening. So basically if a player dies or a player blows something up. So now I have my whole chamber set up here. It is set to kill mode. And as we can see, when I kill the chicken, the note block does not go off because I killed a chicken. I didn't die. Now there is a caveat to this. You see, when I throw a wind charge, it will activate because I threw a wind charge. It's something that the player activated and not something a mob activated. So if a breeze were to launch a breeze charge, it wouldn't do it. But because I launched the wind charge, it happens. And now to prove that this works with player death, I will kill myself if I can hit the command. And this note block went off because I killed. Cool. Now we can use this for other mechanisms, other contraptions, by changing whatever signal or calibration signal we want. So let's look at some other mechanisms we could use this filtering system for. We're now over in a regular creative world, so I can better show off different use cases for the player filtering system. So I have my little pit set up here, and this is just the basis of a way we can use this. This is a trap. Really all I'm doing here is I'm reading a signal. In this case, I'm going to end up probably reading it to walking for reasons. Right now I have it set here, so that way I don't accidentally set this thing off while I'm setting it all up. But the idea is that I will set this to the proper signal for walking when I walk, or a player walks over it, TNT minecart gets moved and goes boom. So now we're going to cover this in moss just to signify that this is the block that in theory if we step on, the entire thing will go off. And we are going to set this to 1. Now 1 is the signal for walking, not sneaking. So if I go over here and I just happen to walk, that should have triggered it. Did I maybe screw something up? I did screw something up. I need to break this right here. Now, yep, it sends it. And kablooey. That right there is the proper use for this system. That is why you use player filtering. That wouldn't be set off by a mob. That would only be set off by me, the player. That's why you use it, and I've definitely not hit any of these on the Arcadia server. Back in the Redstone world now, here is an overview of the system, just as a basic. Here's the filter, here's the process. This one's a waterlogged version, so you don't have to listen to any of the noises. And then here's a, I would say more compact, because it's not that, but this one does not include water. It just redirects this portion from over here onto the side. Better for some small spaces, but not. It's better if you don't have a long space. That is the words that I am saying now. Anyway, that's gonna wrap it for this episode of my 15-day build challenge. I will address the wall. This was all re-recorded because stuff happened. Corrupt video. And, you know, I will see you in day 8 still. It's just you will see past me in day 8. So, I've been Cadiot. If you enjoyed this, great. Subscribe. If you learned something, also subscribe. Or don't. I don't care. I will see you in day 8. Bye.